New York Subliners crashing out hard in Stage 2 was always going to bring some kind of change, and the rumors are that HyDra is in and Mack is out. Now obviously everyone knows who Mack is, he's been around since Modern Warfare, burst onto the scene, hasn't looked as hot this time out, but who is HyDra? Well, some of us have tried running some nicknames on Twitter and, French Phenom, the Rifle Tower, and so on, but none of that really matters. What does matter is that he's a very, very good challenger player. At an amateur level, HyDra has had wins in every single Call of Duty since Black Ops 3, and in Cold War alone, he did manage to get third in the Season 1 Elite whilst playing in Europe. His playstyle is that of a super high damage, super aggressive and engaging SMG who loves to be in the thick of it and take pressure away from the rest of his team. Going back over the stats that were provided for the Season 1 Elite, courtesy of Easy Mack, the Atlanta phase analyst, and we can see that he is positive across all three modes. A 1 in hardpoint, a 1.53 in search, the best out of every single European elite player, and then a 1.04 in control. According to Easy Mack, who runs his own Slayer rating, he was the second best Slayer across all of Europe throughout Season 1, and Trainhard have just not had the same kind of results since he left that team. And if that doesn't impress you enough, looking at you, Pac-Man, then let's see what he did when he moved over to North America. First things first, he comes over to the NA, joins the New York Subliners Academy, and then they stick him on an assault rifle. This is one of the best SMGs to come out of Europe in quite some time, and he is an absolutely disgusting piece of talent, and they throw him on a Krig. This thing moves like a barge, and he was absolutely brilliant with it. Since moving to America, his first three results were a second, a third, and then a first for the New York Subliners, all whilst playing on an AR. Therefore, surely now that is point proven in Europe and in the North America that this boy is a real talent and can hang with the best. How is it then that he is going to fit into this New York Subliners team and improve on what was a very dismal showing in Stage 2? One of the things we spoke about on this channel earlier on in the year is how an entry flex relationship was important to how teams performed throughout Stage 1. In Stage 1, New York had a perfect entry flex relationship and as such did very, very well, coming third in the major and honestly probably performing above expectations. Meanwhile, in Stage 2, this gap has opened up with Mack and Diamond Con and honestly the majority of the team really slowing down their engagement rates, and I do feel that HyDra in and Mack out, as much as it is harsh on Mack, this will help them pick up these relationships again and improve their pace. The second place where he's definitely going to help the team is going to be in slaying power. Across Stage 2, the New York Subliners were negative as a team in every single mode, with Mack in particular, the person that is coming in to replace, dropping a 0.9 in hardpoint across Stage 2, and I really just see someone like HyDra putting up some big numbers and as such allowing the rest of the boys to join in as well. The third place where HyDra is definitely going to help improve this team is going to be in the search and destroy. Now, New York haven't particularly been awful at search. They've got 10 wins and 10 losses, and they didn't look worse in S2 than they did in S1. However, we know that HyDra is fantastic at this, again casting ourselves back to being the #1 search player in Stage 1 in the European Elite with that 1.53 KD. And suddenly when we look at the Subliners, do we start to see those tight S&D losses become victories and they have a second mode that they can expect to see out more wins than losses? If so, suddenly Subliners consistently become a better team across the board and they all of a sudden look very, very scary. One thing is for certain though, and that is with Clay's track record of developing young talent and turning them into some of the best players in the world, this roster really could be a team that again becomes that dark horse like they were in Stage 1 and faded off through Stage 2. Could Stage 3 be the bounce back period that they so desperately need?